You are live.
We are live, y'all. Listen, do y'all see this quality? Y'all know I'm not at the house. Listen, do y'all? I hope, listen, ain't nobody looking. All right, I just had a joke. What's up? All right, so we here. Y'all understand, this is surreal to me. I'm looking at this. I'm supposed to be looking at you. Listen, this is surreal. Do y'all understand what's happening right now? This is monumental. Yeah, listen, it's been some years. So we're going to get into it. You think we should let some people come on first? Or should we just like...
Yeah. We can let some people come
on. You know, normally I just jump into it because I don't care.
Okay.
They know.
So maybe it did freeze. What do you think? Yeah, how does it look on your end? It normally just keeps going once he goes live.
Oh, we got one. You? Oh, we got one. Let's see something. I guess I better start looking at the comments. What happened last time? Yeah. I had one time I was in private chat. And people was like, "Why you ain't doing nothing?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't? And I'm like, "Oh man, I'm supposed to be in the comments." So, got one. Okay.
And normally,
got one. Yeah.
Well, then I guess what is it recording to? You could hit it, but I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if it would do anything.
I thought I put in the family group. Can you? Yeah,
I thought.
I put in the, yeah,
Hers, I think it just kept it on.
I went on there. I was like,
thing, but if it does,
can you send it from my phone to the family group? I send it. Go back. You can go back in my page. Go back in my text.
Shamika Bennett.
Yep.
Shamika. Good evening. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She got it. What's up, sis? How you doing?
Not unless it's through here where it's just doing that at, because it's like a different stream. No, well, we didn't go live.
Okay.
With that yet.
Okay. Guess
what's good evening, Shamika.
Yeah.
So Shamika, do y'all know?
Yeah, sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah. What's up? All right. What's up, the sister-in-law? Hey, team, look, they coming, they showing love. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate that. So
absolutely.
We're gonna. I got two people. We're gonna. Yeah, that's okay. It's gonna grow my bling. It's gonna say 100. Like what? All is well, glory to God. That's right. So that's very true.
Not unless we're gonna pull like a chair or something, but if need be. What if you hit the button again on there? Oh, okay, because you put the card thing in. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You wanna? Okay. Wow. That was. I need one of those. Mine. I gotta start over. Like.
What'd you say?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me see how I can.
Shout out. We're just working on stuff. I appreciate y'all. We getting it straight. We trying to make sure it look good so we can get this interview going. But I thank you for sending out the link again. I appreciate y'all. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with other people. Like sister-in-law Shamika doing. You know.
Lower down.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
There we go.
So, and also you can find on Instagram, not this live, but you can find the link _TC Lounge. All right. I think we're gonna get started, man. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Y'all understand? I've been in the house too long. This is why I'm acting like this. I mean, the last time I even came to any public anything to talk to anybody. But we're talking to this man. So I want to thank God for giving me opportunity. Thank you. Jesus Christ, we thank you. Because look, I'm having a chance to come and talk to this guy. And y'all probably like, some of y'all, most of y'all know who this guy is. All you gotta do is say I need a video or something. You know, I need something done. That's the guy. So we're gonna try this. All right. This guy here, award-winning recording studio. I stole that from your page. You cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
I'm just saying. I want you to wait a minute. Don't sound like my words, man. So, listen. He has worked with many, many, many artists across this state, this city, this country. Listen, he does photography, cinema. Go ahead, help me out.
You said cinematography.
I was about to say cinematography.
No.
I practiced this all week, and listen what just happened. All right. Anyway, cinematography. Listen, he does weddings, he does commercials, he does all kind of businesses. Let me see. Let's go down the list, shall we? He worked Revolt TV. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yep. Drink Champs. I'm not promoting. I'm just promoting this guy, not the show. I don't want you two to give me no strikes. You know how they do. You start naming stuff, they ready to. Oh, listen. And then he did a Sprite commercial, if I get it right, with an NBA player. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Look at it. He like, oh, he been doing his. Yeah. I'll be watching.
Yeah.
So he did some things with the NBA player. He's worked on things with Disney, Netflix, Disney. My father is a bounty hunter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad's a bounty hunter. Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
See, look, he had to go. He said, no, sir. But yeah, my dad's a bounty hunter. He did a show on Disney called Firebuds, right? Did I get it right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he's worked with legendary artists such as Shirley Caesar. And just go on and on. I feel like, and he did a champion commercial for him. But he's like, oh man, listen, he's been doing it recently. Want to do it? Yes, but yeah, he's done all kind of stuff, and he's worked with a lot of people. I've been around shows, so give it up for Josh. What's up, man?
I appreciate it.
How you feel, man? Listen,
I feel good.
Yeah, I couldn't do it like certain other interviews. We ain't gonna drop names, but I tried.
Yeah, no, I feel good. I appreciate you having me on.
Okay.
I definitely think this is going to be a good episode, and hopefully we can, Yeah,
we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do this real quick. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that's
cool. I went
that's
down
cool.
the track record, and you got a response. Yeah. We listen. You're gonna have to talk. So anyway, we're gonna get into it. So, Skymount, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been doing it?
This is now, I believe it's like our 19th year now.
Okay.
Yep.
So with Skymount, how did it start? Like, what are the origins? Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I actually started off in a gospel group.
Okay.
And we kind of used to go around and do different shows and stuff like that. But when we would go into like the studios, I always gravitated towards the audio engineering part.
Okay.
And then, so at first it started off as a recording studio. Now, again, it didn't start off like this. Obviously, your standard, in the house, you got you a computer that you've been having and you able to get you a cheap microphone.
Yeah.
And it started off like that. And then the video side came along because I've always had a passion for videography as well. I've always loved like the art of filmmaking, movie making, and stuff like that. And so it just became like a passion of having like a production company that did audio and video production. How I came up with Skymount was I wanted everything to represent the highest of the high, as far as when it comes to just quality, when it comes to production.
Yeah.
And it took me a while. I tried like a few different combos of names.
Okay.
But then it just hit me. I was like, you know what? The sky, when they say sky is the limit, sky. And then I was like, okay, mountain is the other highest thing on earth. And so I took the two highest things as far as when it comes to on earth that we know about, and I combined the name, and that's how Skymount came together, and that's how Skymount Studios came together. And so
bro, that was deep.
Yeah,
I felt that.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. I promise you, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I always wondered. I used to joke with you when I first met you.
Yeah,
I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like this now, y'all. I'm telling you, it's the guy didn't change me. I was like, man, Skymount, listen, man, I'm about to tell you, I'm gonna mount you in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, what is wrong? I said, listen, I used to say some wild stuff, but it's so good to know that you explained Skymount, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool, man. So with that, I did not know you church group, man.
Yeah. Started off singing gospel.
You sung?
Yeah.
You sing?
I actually sung.
Hey, go ahead, hit a note real quick.
I haven't sung in a long time. That was probably that may have been about 20-some years ago.
Hey, that's all right. That's all good. But that's cool, man. I had no idea. So you started singing. You wasn't like the drummer or anything like that.
No, so we actually didn't have like a band or anything.
Oh, okay. It
was literally me, my two brothers, and then it was two other cousins that we had. And so literally we would just go and it would just be it would just be acapellas.
Okay.
It would be like no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would be acapella. Literally.
Yeah, like the quartet group kind of deal.
There you go.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was it.
I know.
And so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. So I'm going down here. I'm looking at it. Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna work. Let me see. All right. So you already answered one of them. You said when you started out, it definitely wasn't a studio like this.
Yeah,
you just worked your way up.
Yeah.
You already said how long you've been doing it. All right. So when it came to building Skymount, right? What challenges did you have?
You know what? It's really a lot of mental challenges at first.
Okay.
And by mental, I mean it's kind of like I think nowadays the downside to social media is that we think of speed. You know, and so we'll work on something, and then when something doesn't happen at the time that we've put in our minds, okay, like within 1 year or within 6 months, I want something to happen.
Yeah,
we get discouraged, and then it makes you want to quit. You know, and so for me, the original challenge it was literally just doing it every day, even though like nobody was watching, even though nobody. And a studio a studio alone as a business is a hard business to start on its own. It's a business that's built off of reputation and trust. Yeah, and so even as you're promoting and you're putting out there like, hey, you know, I'm recording recording studio. If you have anything that you need to record, people don't trust you anyway. Wow. Because it's like, again, who are you to them, right?
They don't know what you do.
They don't know what you do. They've never heard anything. And so a lot of the challenges in the beginning was literally just moving forward and knowing for sure that even it's almost like it's faith, right? Yeah. So it's like moving forward, even though you're not seeing the results, but you know the results will eventually come. That was the first challenge. And then after that challenge, it was literally it was working with clients with a limited amount of equipment and a limited amount of things, and basically doing the best that I could so that they could trust me. So the next challenge was convincing people to record with me, even though I didn't have the best looking setup. Okay. Even though I'm in my house, and you know, I'm probably got, like I said, some cheap looking equipment. If I had some old pictures, you'll probably laugh how terrible it looked, right? They were recording in the closet.
I might have to go see some of these before we get off. I'm about to
yeah, and so that was the second challenge. You know, and then from there, I would probably say the third challenge was like learning business, you know, because it's one thing to offer a service and, you know, become skilled at something, but it's another thing to know how to turn that into a business and learn how to separate business from personal and those things. And so if you need me to elaborate on anything, let me know. But
that's good.
Yeah.
Speaking on elaborate, there you go. Elaborate with that. Somebody want to hear. She wants you to elaborate with that. Why don't you go ahead and something? You're not getting away from it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. She ain't gonna let you run from this one. And you
we got to get Shamika on the stream. And,
listen,
and we're
I'm out the. You know, we can call when we get off. Yeah,
Shamika, do you sing? Did she sing as well?
Oh yeah, she rap.
Oh, she raps.
Listen, matter of fact, if y'all got time, we'll talk about it. I'll let her call. She got some stories. She got some stories, not good stories.
Okay, good.
I don't want to say we got enough rappers beef from rappers, no comment.
Oh, yeah.
And we got actors. These people saying he being disrespected. Some other guy hugging another person. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But no, she got good stories.
Nice.
Yeah, so. But let me see. How long you been doing the challenges? All right. I remember this one. So there was a time, I think I can ask this. Yeah. So there was a time you was wanting to venture out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you went to the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can,
okay,
how did that go? Because I know one time you was actually working on doing something in the West Coast, and what happened to that?
So I feel like at that moment, so what Tyson is talking about is originally I was going to open up a second Skymount Studios on the West Coast in Las Vegas. But what happened was the reason why I decided not to do it was because there's a certain level of expertise that it requires to run like a studio business, a video production company. And at the moment, I had got a feeling, I was like, you know what, because we've built a good sized clientele base.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was crazy. It was in the midst of the process of actually opening up the second. I was like, you know what, something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
In the sense of, I didn't think that this location would be able to maintain the same quality of recording and things like that.
Okay.
Once I left, due to, I was like, okay, you know what? It seems like there's some management issues, or it seems like there's some, you know, like there's still a little bit of confusion here and some confusion there on the team that I had in place.
Okay.
To do certain things, and so for me, I never want to, again, Skymount.
Right.
I never want to sacrifice quality.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Never, right? From quality of customer service, quality of production that someone's receiving. I never want to sacrifice. That's the core of everything.
Okay.
And so I saw that there was about to be a sacrifice in quality, whether if it was dealing with customers, whether if it was dealing with, you know, just them getting a guaranteed great quality product out. And so I said, you know what? This isn't the time yet. Pause on the West Coast, East Coast, where, that's and that's pretty much like the short.
That's good. Would you ever venture out? We ain't gotta be West End. Would you ever venture Skymount like any other regions of the country, or?
If I ever did, it wouldn't be the way that I was going to do it before, because I was actually going to move there. And actually run it here, and like I said, have the other team run this location. Now it would probably be more so of a, if I ever was to think about doing something like that, it would be more of like a franchise style business where another owner would be able to open up a location and they run it with their team.
Gotcha.
And things like that, but not me relocating to run it. And so if that ever happened, and so
imagine that. Hey, be out there in the West Coast.
So,
surfing on the waves out there,
right.
hanging with the palm tree. Hey,
so,
that's cool.
Okay,
that's what's up. Let me see. We able to work on these projects? Okay. I don't know. Let me tell you, I was writing out questions. While we're doing this, listen, y'all, again, make sure you share this. Let people know I'm in the studio with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Josh, a.k.a. Skymount Studios. Well, that's what I say. I'm sure they just call him Josh. But y'all, listen, share it, comment, like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. Let people know we here. TC Lounge. I never introduced myself. I guess you know everybody knows Tyson C or TC, whichever one. So I meant to put that in there. I was so excited to be here, I completely forgot the introduction.
Oh no!
I also want to get this out the way. They always say you should give a person their flowers when they still living, right? So one other thing in the bio about this individual is that he also helped me with my album.
Oh yeah,
there we go. Remember that? Look,
crazy riding down.
Riding down John Lane. Yep. So man, but I want to appreciate you. I know I told you, now I can say it because we're right here again. But yeah, this man helped me with the album. He did the photography. We did the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Then we mastered the album here.
Yeah,
Good
I appreciate
times.
that, man.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Of course, the talented Tyson.
Yeah,
the multi-talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, I can be multi-talented, but on wax, if it sounds like something else, they're gonna be like, he ain't multi-talented, multi-trash. That's what he said. But no, I appreciate you. I had to do that. I'm looking at the CD, so let me tell you something. Shout out to the wife. She had this in the car, and I'm not making this up. It's been in the CD player for what? What's this? 5 years? Never.
Wow,
she took it out and cleaned up. And this is my first time she put it out a couple of times. She had to clean, you know. But, you know, but she been heavy rotating this ever since I met her.
Wow.
Look at her. Look. See how she's smiling over there? Y'all can't see the camera, but look, she's smiling. Listen, she red in the face because I'm giving out a shout out.
So we need an audience camera.
Yeah, I need an audience camera. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, really? He said it. Oh, it's okay. Listen. I had to give a shout out. This is hers actually, so I gotta take real good care. You see how I'm swinging it? I gotta be fragile. I gotta take care of this. Let me just put it right there. You know what I'm saying? But no, I appreciate it though, man. Yeah. So, man. I'm gonna take it. I'm off book, so I'm gonna take you down memory lane. What was the one thing you remember when we was in here recording? Like one thing other than me acting up.
Look, I'm about to say you acting up. No, I'm messing.
Yeah,
but now you know what's so crazy. Honestly, a lot of my memories of the session is, and I always say this, like something always comes out good when you're able to have a good time recording.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about you is you always came in prepped, right? You always came in ready. You already had everything was already in place music wise and everything.
Yeah.
And so I think that gave us that flexibility for you to, like, you went in and you knew what you were doing and stuff like that. But it gave us that flexibility to be able to like connect and bond. And okay, you know what? Let's do that part again, or let's layer that. And you know, for me, my memories of you being in the studio is really just good. It's good sessions. For me, is not having to worry about like, okay, he doesn't know what he's going to do. He's going to, sometimes studio sessions can go like that. Someone could come in and it's like, it's a lot of figuring out like what's going to happen. And so for you, it was always being professional, but also being that, like, I'm sure Shamika, I'll put Shamika.
Look, you're gonna see a whole lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, they be showing love on her. You're gonna see this a whole lot. I'm gonna let you know that. But I appreciate you.
But I'm sure as people know, Tyson is just a good person, and that's how the sessions was. Working with a good person, funny, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna cut up, but we're gonna get the job done.
Mm-hmm. That's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, listen. That's what I'm talking about. Listen. We might have to do something again, man.
Absolutely.
Y'all didn't hear me say that. But one thing I'm gonna say this, like when I came in here, and I'm gonna say this because like it's gonna go a different direction a little bit. Okay. So y'all get y'all tissue for a minute. But I'm gonna say this. What was it 2014 we did it? Or was it 2015? All right, so 2014, I'm gonna tell you, this was one of my outlets. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this because my mom was, going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lighten it back up, y'all. But it's good. It's good. So I felt like I dedicated the album to her. But the fact that I was able to come in here and like do all that stuff, I mean, it was good. You know what I'm saying? I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like I was like I need to do something. Because one thing is, when I went to college, I graduated. I mean, for her, I ain't gonna lie, because I wasn't the best. But when it came to the album, I was like, I'm dedicated to her because she was my number one fan, man. Yeah. Real talk. Like when I was in school, she would be at my concerts, man. Not saying anybody else could, people work, they're busy, but she took time out. And I think she actually only came to, believe it or not, she only came to one of my shows, like when I was out here doing it when I first started, because she was busy. But when she came, everybody's like, that's what's up. So I appreciate that, man. Absolutely. Yeah. It fell in place.
No, I appreciate that too. I didn't know that, but I definitely appreciate. I remember the conversations though, with your mom and stuff like that at that time. But I'm happy that it was able to be a outlet. I think a lot of people can agree to this. A lot of times we do things in what's the way to say it? we do things with our mom in mind. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's like, hey, I want to start this because I want her to be proud of this, or I want to see her reaction. Right. You know, and so I understand the what's the way to say it? I understand needing that outlet when the person that you're doing everything in mind for is going through something. And so without you having that outlet, you can do nothing but just constantly think about, okay, what is that person dealing with? What is that person going through? What is that? And to not go crazy, you have to get an outlet sometimes to say, you know what, this is something that can bring my mind a little bit more peace as I'm going through this situation. Absolutely. And so for me, the fact that, you know, that you came here, you know, I'm not going to even say that, you know, the fact that you allowed me to be a part of that process to, you know, to help you through, you know, I definitely appreciate that. You know, that's bigger than the album that you did, you know, as far as just that, you know, so so I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, so
for sure,
definitely gave him a shout out. So, and then I got blessed with a new instrument. They was like, Chris, I'm sitting up here, oh, I got an instrument, but I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
So back on the books, let me see. All right, that's a good one.
Okay.
How important? I feel like this is like a simple yet complex question, depending on how it's asked or who it's asked.
Okay. How
important is reputation to you?
Everything.
All right.
Everything. I'm elaborate, of course. Your reputation is you can be the Michael Jordan of your industry.
Yeah.
But if you have a bad rep, nobody cares.
Okay.
All right. You could be the most talented person in the room. If you have a bad rep, somebody would rather work with someone who is half of your skills, half of your brains, half of your whatever, just because that person has a better reputation and they like that person more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, to me, reputation is everything, you know, and there's a few ways I look at reputation. You know, it's like keeping, as far as in my field, it's like keeping your word, but that's everywhere, right?
Yep.
Keeping your word, delivering on what you say. If you can't do something, say you can't do it.
Yep.
If you can't do something, then kind of go over and beyond, I believe, in whatever you say.
Yeah.
And so, to me, when I think of reputation, that's it. Bad, bad rep means bad. It's just,
All right. So, that's deep. So, somebody had a reputation. So, is it if somebody? Oh boy, so much we can talk about off camera. It's for real. Oh, we're gonna have this conversation. Sorry, y'all. I might have to do was it Patreon and do some behind the scenes or something.
Right,
I might have to. So for somebody who had a reputation, right, and it was good, it was real, like everything was smooth, and all of a sudden it just had a real bad like downfall. Like you seen them like they did something or they got mixed up with somebody and they ended up saying some things, or just, is it any way they can come back from like damage control or anything?
I do think there's a way you can come back from a bad reputation. I think the first thing is people have to believe that you genuinely like are apologetic about whatever it was, you know. So there has to be a genuine belief that you are. Let's say I'm trying to think of an example. I don't want to. I know we got some famous stories. You know what I'm saying?
We can say person A, person B, or we can just say something. I don't know.
I think so. You know, I do think even though we live in a cancel culture society,
that word.
I do think in people's heart, though, I do think there is a forgiveness within everyone. But I do think that comes though again with you being genuine about whatever ruined your reputation. You being genuine about it. How do you be genuine about it? First, you have to acknowledge what you did.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, hey, you know, this is what I did. It feels multiple things. hey guys, I did A, B, C, and D, and I know I did that.
Right.
You know, and I know that there is nothing that I can do to change what happened or change what I did, but what I can promise is that the future is going to look way different.
Okay.
And then from there, you're not going to still get everyone, because then after that, it's based on your actual actions. You know, and so I believe after that, the more that you continue to just work on yourself and you show people that I'm a better person, I think people come back around. Do everyone come back around? No, because a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't believe in forgiveness, and you know, a lot of people when they hate you or don't like you, that's it for them. But if someone cut you off that quick, they probably weren't going to last. It didn't have to be that bad of what you did. It could have been something slight that you did, and yep, that's it. It's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for the ones who probably matter for you, they'll come back around.
All right.
I believe so.
I'm gonna twist it. What if you didn't do anything wrong? What if people, you just decided, you know, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do something different that people not used to. Like you take a break.
Okay.
And you're like, why you look? I'm trying to, like, you take a break or you go a different direction.
Okay.
But it's for your self-care.
And so that different direction that you went on, let's say you feel like that person feels like they now have a bad reputation because of this hiatus that they went on.
Yep.
Basically. And so how does that person, are you saying, recover from that bad rep?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I think that's where transparency comes in. You know, for whatever reason that break was taken, you know, we're all human, and I do think we all go through things. You know, some people will go through something and they'll take a break and go ghost, right? Some people will go through something and they'll be laughing and jumping up all day on social media, and you'll be like, you wouldn't think they're going through anything, because you're like, dang, they're doing cartwheels and jumping jacks every day, right? But they're still going through something, right? One thing I realize about people is that they connect really well with transparency.
Okay.
You know, when they're like, man, because sometimes it takes that person, whoever, like if that person went ghost, sometimes it takes them telling their story for other people to feel okay with being like, dang, I was going through something too, to be honest. I just didn't know how to handle mine. You know, some people start talking crazy on social. You know, you've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll go through something and you're gonna know it, right? But you won't necessarily know what they're going through. It'll just seem as though a lot of their posts or different things is always negative. It's like this person never has something good to say, that they're probably going through something. Somebody that's happy is not gonna be spreading negativity. Right?
They living, right?
There you go.
Yeah, they go like, what? And then they find out they've been living. They out here enjoying life, doing their thing.
Yep. So. And so sometimes things is just transparency, you know, and that, you know, because again, how can you get mad at someone? They say like, hey, I had to go in a different direction, and I had to really, let's say, regroup. You know what I'm saying? And rethink about what do I want to do, like who am I, stuff like that. How can anybody truly get mad at that?
Yeah, that's true.
Because the moment you say it, they go, okay, what you gonna say? Hey, you shouldn't have done that. Well,
right.
Everybody has something. You just don't know about it. Everybody has something going on where they probably wanted to be like, let me take that hiatus, or they just, you know, again, they just went about it in a different way. So I do believe that, like I said, who that person is, like I said, them telling their story would probably well, I don't know what their reputation was before, but it'll probably make their reputation stronger than it was before. Because now people are probably connecting with them on a more deeper level.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's deep. So you ever took a hiatus?
Yeah, but it wasn't in the way of like ghosts for like a long time, but it was in a way where I think it was like at a point where I got like exhausted.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so it was a planned hiatus. Right. And so it was more so like I'm booked out and I wasn't.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You told me you was booked out?
I was booked out. Hey, trying to call. Hey, yeah, we're booked. We're booked. We're booked for 30. We're booked for a whole month. And it's like literally was not booked. But at that time just needed that, just needed that woosah. To, because without saying we're booked, then, of course people, they're not going to expect it. Hey, why aren't you picking up the phone? Why aren't you texting me back fast enough? Or why aren't you hitting me back? And a lot of times it was like, hey, you know what? Just needed that break. And then, hey, as soon as I got that woosah. Now, again, I have I understand things are always like temporary as far as when it comes to those moments.
Yeah.
Right. So even during those times that when that stuff does happen, I don't make a what's the way to say it? I don't make a temporary decision last forever.
Yeah.
I don't make it permanent.
Okay.
I know this is temporary. As soon as this thing is over, I'm like, all right, cool, back to it.
Back to work. Yeah.
That's why I just said we're booked.
So it's like back like you never left.
Yeah. I just said, hey, we're booked out and stuff like that because I knew I was just exhausted. And then as soon as I was ready to come back in and start getting back to everything, versus me being like at that moment, hey, yeah, it's over. I quit. Everything is done. Don't, so I have a great understanding that and that just goes into other places in life. I have a great understanding that a lot of things that we go through is temporary, but sometimes in that temporary moment, it can feel like this is my forever thought.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like the moment we start to kind of like slowly come out of that space, we'd be like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. Majority of things in life are not that bad. Even the things that can happen that are terrible. Once you heal from it and once you kind of like, you know what, man, it was terrible what I went through, but dang, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
In that, and you know what, I now have that knowledge. So there was some growth things within whatever I went through, and so and again, it didn't take me out.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So again, it was bad, it was terrible, but it wasn't that bad
enough for you to quit everything.
Another for you to quit, for you to jump, for you to whatever. It wasn't that bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna write a book, man. I'm just saying that sounds like some stuff you put in a book or a bio movie or something. It's a Skymount story. I think that's what you should do. It's just like I was about to call a certain movie. I was like, you know how they got certain intros. I'm gonna say it without getting flagged that, the credits go down and up.
Oh
with the
very
epic movie. With you know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say it. It's a that music and it's a Skymount story, and then it zooms into the words. You know what I'm saying? And then they just see the back of your head and you working on it.
There we go.
And then you turn hi, and next thing you know, credit. But no, that's what's up, man. Like I think about it, and it's just like, I feel like a lot of people that seeing this, they probably need to see that because I feel like a lot of them feel like when they get burnt out, that just means it's over for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there. I almost quit. I had a musician, and I can say this. Shout out to Gary Woodard, I think. Anyway, it was one of the musicians. I'll say that. But anyway, I quit, and they was like, man, no, it was another guy, Kevin Handy. And then anyway, they call him Caesar. He was a songwriter. But he told me one night, he was like, man, look, don't quit. Just take a break. Because I literally went into a venue at the time, and I was burnt out. No notes coming, no nothing. I couldn't play anything. I promise you. It was like, I was like, what's going on? I couldn't do nothing. I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to play no more. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's like, nope, just take a break. So I understand where you're coming from. Because like you said, after a while, you get the mixing and, changing stuff. It's just like, music. Which brings me another one. There we go. Another question. Speaking of which, how do you transition from, all right, you in the studio all day long, you hearing music and you seeing videos. How do you transition from that to like going back to regular life? Like, oh man, I can't listen to this. Do you like go drive in silence, or what do you do? to try to balance that out?
So it's so funny. And my girlfriend Miranda, she can speak on it, right? So it's such a deep passion for music and for video stuff that I don't treat it like work, right? So I don't treat it like I'm here and after I leave here, then it's off.
Okay.
Like it's literally like we've made everything that we do just a part of our daily life.
Okay.
So when I'm at home, I might be excited about what I worked on. And so I might put my headphones on and listen to the song.
Yeah.
I like how I did that, right?
Okay.
And then it's the same way when we're working on a video. It's like me and Miranda, we could work on a video. We could be out driving somewhere and see a certain scenery and be like, that would be like a really dope drone shot. Or that, so we make what we do a part of our life instead of making it feel like a job where it's like, now again, the part that does get cut off is when it comes to, hey, this is the time that you work as far as when you're dealing with, our fields is not your standard, it's not your standard industries where people know not to call. Yeah. At a certain time, or people know not to, right? So you're gonna get calls. I think like the latest I've gotten a call was probably 3 a.m. And so if you don't control like that, then it'll control you. Yeah. Because you'll feel like, damn, every time somebody call, I gotta pick up. Every time somebody send an email, no matter if you're trying to take a break or not. So that part we do say, hey, you know what? This is family time. This is time to like watch a movie and stuff like that. Yeah. But even while we're watching a movie, we'll be like, man, look at how cinematic that is, right?
Oh no.
And so that's how
I
like,
can't watch a movie. Oh no.
Wow, look how that shot is pushing in.
I'm not going to movies, y'all, man.
Yeah,
I've been out here. Oh man, the lighting ain't right, man.
Right, yeah.
You hear the microphone? I see the boom mic. Yeah. It's coming. Man, if you do that, I'm walking out the movie.
That's it, like. But that's it. It's like we did. You seen The Color Purple, the new one?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
YouTube. We just talking about it. No strikes. All right.
No
strikes. We're not promoting. Listen, we're just talking. All right.
It's always the same thing with that. I thought the cinematography was like amazing in that movie, So even as we were watching, it was like, dang, it's so dope. Like just the scenery and the location, and then like the dancers and all the different like routes, like everything about that was like. So as we're watching it, we're also getting inspired in what we do. Okay. Because we're like, dang, okay, you know what? Yeah, okay. When we do another film or a movie, and we want to make it look like that. Yeah. So that's what I mean by, we make what we do a part of our life. And I
mean, how far can you go? I seen your quality, man. What you talking about? What do you mean right now? Like, wait a minute. Look at this. This is quality.
Well, see, you as an artist, let me tell you, okay, when you did your album, right, and you listen to it, someone could be like, man, I really love that album. Okay. As an artist, though, when you listen to it, what do you think?
I think I need to do some more work.
That's how it is. You're always
like, because you sit there, you pick it, you like, or they're like, you said, I like it, or someday you sit like, man, I could have, because to this day, I gotten better. There's a certain note, and I'm sure if you think about it long enough, there's one note in one of them songs, and it's just like I can hear it. I've gotten used to it now, though.
But that's the thing. I feel like God wired us that way. Okay. Yeah. Like I don't feel like we're ever meant to be just 100% satisfied. Yeah. Where we no longer want. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so even though, like you said, you have your album and someone else like, man, I love that. Man, I love that for you. You like, I like it too, but I feel like I could do this better next time. I feel like that's how it is for us. So even though you might be like, hey, I love like the quality of this thing that you did, or I love the quality of this, it's like mine is always being like, okay, you know what? Next time I can do this now, or I'm gonna try, So it's always that challenge, and that's also what keeps you inspired from the field too.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Yeah, taking all this in, man. Listen, and look, we still good on time, almost. Yeah, we still got some time, a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So let me see, but man, I just had to ask that question. Yeah. Let me see. Here we go. This might be a little technical. We're gonna get with it. All right.
Okay.
Speaking of way back in the conversation, you said when you first started out, you only had certain types of equipment.
Yep.
Now, upgraded.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot. So my question is, how do you know like what equipment to get? I know it might sound like, how do you, all right, so you're like, all right, should I get this equipment?
Yeah.
Oh man. And then you buy, you like,
Right.
So do you like trial and error or do you do research?
So I'm a big researcher.
Okay.
I'm a big researcher. I feel like, especially when you get into like the production field, you learn what stuff, like what cameras become like industry standard, what audio stuff becomes like industry standard. And so I always tell people this because I do have some people come into the studio and they're like, hey, I wanted to have my own studio one day. I wanted to do this one day. How did you get all this? Right. And they say it as if it all happened like at one time. Right. Yeah. There was no loan. There was no anything. It was all just straight up. Got one thing, work. Even if it took a year, even if it took 2 years, then I would buy one other thing. Okay. And I literally almost bought one thing a year at a point. Really? Yeah, like literally. And so I'm saying that because if I was to go now when I first started, I had to go the cheapest route because I didn't have any money to. Yeah. I couldn't buy nothing that was $2,000 and all that stuff, right? $1,500 and all that. So, I say that because when I first started, I started off with the cheapest stuff. But after that, I did my research on what's the top microphones, what's the top this and the top that. And so instead of just going like another cheap route, I said, well, how much is the top thing? If I want to have like the best thing that I could possibly get, how much is that? Yeah. And so then I saved up, and I got that. So how do I know what is I guess that's the question, right? How do I know what's the top thing?
Oh, well, we can say top. I was saying like whatever equipment that for you to get, like what pulls you to get certain equipment, Yep. It's like, oh man. So you like, I give you an example. So you look at like two mics. I'm not gonna name them because I don't have any coming at me right now. Okay. So you see one mic, you're like, all right, you done researched. All right, I might get that one. Yeah. And then you sit back and you're like, and then because sometimes the algorithm loves to play games with you sometimes, and then you phone again and you see another mic, and you like, and then you see somebody done did a research. Oh, it's a good mic. And you're like, dang, which mic do I want?
Right. Okay. So let me say this in the recording studio field, right? You're right. There's hundreds of microphones, right? Yeah. But there's only a few like top ones. Okay. So it's not like there's a endless pool of like, hey, it's too many to choose from. Now there's a good amount, but it's only a few based on all the new microphones that probably come out every year, right? Yeah. So for me, you just do your research on what's the most sought after top microphones. Here we do a crap ton of vocal recording. Yeah. Right. So for me, I'm looking at what are the top vocal mics, right? And then it will show you that. I also research the industry on other studios and stuff like that. What's the most sought after? What's the most requested microphones? And so then you see that and you're like, okay, that's the one I got to get. So for me, I don't want to then go like, okay, let me get something else that's like still like a little cheaper, but it's higher than what I got. Okay. And then from there, let me go up again and get something else that's a little better than that new one I just got. But what I do is I just save up. Even if it takes me 2 years, I just save up and get whatever that top thing is. Yeah. And that's how I go about it. So I research and then I save. Or in the business world, we'll call it where we budget. Yeah. We budget towards that. Towards that thing. And that's how I know it's just research, study, and
Wow.
Yeah.
It works.
Then now again, we do a lot of vocal recording and different things like that, certain instrument recording. But if you were to talk to a studio that focuses a lot on drums, they're research will be heavy into like what's the best drum mics.
Okay.
And then they would go into now as a studio, like I could tell you I could tell you the best drum mics, I could tell you what's probably the top vocal. Because you just, when you're in this field, you learn all of that.
You just know.
But you you pick out what's best for what you are, what you're trying to do the most of.
Okay.
By researching. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
cool. Look, man,
I went all the way around the world, but
I'm like, man, I ain't got no note. I got no pad. You're talking too fast, man. I can't take these notes. So we talk about equipment. Let's see what else. All right. So we already talked about that. I'm trying to think which way to go. We got a couple minutes. All right. So I'm trying to go which way. One time. All right. Here we go. Teamwork. Oh man, you don't hear that word so often. It sounds like some back in the school. You're gonna work with this person, Right. So, trying to think how to word this one. All right. So when it comes to who you work with, and I mean, I'm talking about like behind the scenes camera, not more so the audience, but more so like people who help you with behind the scenes stuff, production. Thank you. Okay. How do you know? I guess how important is it, or how do you know who to pick?
So personality is first.
Okay.
Skill is second.
Okay.
That's the order, right? And we get a lot of people that write us and say, hey, are you guys looking for another this, or do you guys need another engineer here or another? And so for us, we typically will ask them to send in their work.
Okay.
But then after that, we want to actually like know you, like as far as like, because now I can't say the work may get you declined,
okay,
or it may get us a meeting with you, right? Mm-hmm. But our biggest thing is if you do have the skills and stuff like that, And so then of course if someone's just bad at it, then it doesn't matter how great you can be the best person in the world, but. What are we gonna do?
You're trying to uphold that quality.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. So, but the personality is big when it comes to that. Yeah, because it's like we got to have someone that's like-minded like us, as far as someone that cares about people. It's someone that has a lot of integrity. Okay. Like they wouldn't do to you what they wouldn't want done to them type deal. And so that's our biggest thing. And we've had people that we have worked with that were skilled, but they weren't likable. And that's what taught us, okay, we're no longer working with someone that has a skill to do something, but people hate working with it. And so now it's again, your personality is number one, and then you got to have the skills after. So that's how we decide. And then again, when we say skill, like we want to be blown away by what you do. Okay. If we're not blown away by it, then for us it's not like an absolute no. It's just more so like, okay, we can work together, but there may be like some training in place that we want to do to make sure that we get you up to par to what at least our clientele is expecting. Yeah.
So that goes back to the conversation we had about reputation.
That goes back to reputation. Yeah, exactly.
You say it sounds good, but you're not a good person. So
there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. No, that actually answered my question. So which is better, having to spend? Oh no, we talk about that. We'll talk about that later. I was gonna say, what's the difference? I was gonna ask, which is better, to have the experience or the equipment? But I think I got an answer, but you can answer if you want to.
Okay,
so like you got somebody who's good, but the equipment, and you got somebody who got the top-notch equipment but can't use it.
Always a person. Always a person. A skilled engineer can take a $300, $100 microphone, and make it sound really good. A bad engineer or a bad videographer, whatever, they can have the best equipment in the world, but it will sound like it's the worst equipment in the world.
Oh wow. So
everything, the equipment does. To me, the equipment is an extension of the person. At all times. So why would a skill? Okay, let's flip it then, right?
Okay.
And why would a skilled engineer, or let's say videographer, right? Why would they go out there and buy that expensive piece of equipment if they can make a cheap piece of equipment sound good? right?
That's true.
Well, that's where the equipment has to be just as expansive as the person.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm a skilled engineer, right, and I know that I can push this thing this way and this way, but I need the microphone to be able to bend with me.
Yeah.
Right. The more expensive, generally, it'll bend without breaking.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
The cheaper it is, the moment I try to push something based on where I know it could go, the cheaper typically will break on you, or it'll typically not. It'll have a limitation. And so, to me, the thing I look at when it comes to equipment as far as audio or video is the more skilled the person is, the more unlimited I want the equipment to be. I don't want if I want to do this, I can. If I want to do a webcam like this, it can do that. If we want to shoot something that is like a high-end production movie and we want to pull out one of our cinema cameras, I want to be able to film that and get all the information without the camera saying, oh, this is as far as we can go.
That's it.
Yeah. So
you push the envelope.
Right, there we go.
Word, yeah.
So again, the equipment to me never makes the person. It's always the person that makes the equipment. But the more expensive you go, the more limits that you take off the equipment.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Oh, it makes sense to them. I think it do. They're like, I didn't know that. Because people, you know how it is.
Yeah, they may think it doesn't matter.
They think it don't matter. They get the equipment and they like, I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it depends on whatever someone do. Like if let's say if there's somebody watching, right? And they want to do like, let's say music.
Okay. Yeah.
Or audio recording, right? Now, let's say they want to record someone who's a loud singer.
Yeah.
Right? And let's say they went with a cheaper microphone. Now, let's say they're really good at recording. But the moment that singer belts and they go super loud, even though they turn the volume of the mic down, the mic's still distorted.
It's hot.
Because it can't handle that amount of what they call a SPL or that amount of sound pressure, right?
Yeah.
So that's a case where the equipment wasn't as advanced as the person using it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And so again, I can go into, I'll use a real world scenario.
Okay.
You have a lot of people that's like, hey, I got the iPhone.
Yep.
Right? Why in the world would I spend this amount of money on a professional camera when my iPhone can do just as, right? Yeah. Again, that's where you deal with limitations. Does the iPhone look good out of camera, right? If you get your settings right, can you get? You absolutely can. The difference is that if we're working on a movie or we're working on a commercial that needs heavy color grading, the image starts to break apart instantly. Versus on this professional camera, to get it to that commercial look that people are used to, it does it with ease. So again, straight out of camera, it's that looks good. That looks good. The moment we put into editing, we're dealing with issues.
Oh, yeah.
So the iPhone more so they did a great job at baking in something that looks good or looks decent from the start. But when it comes to professional production, there's a lot of limitations that people, so that's another reason why it's like, again, why would I get this camera when I can't use my iPhone? The more in depth you go, the more you start seeing like
that makes sense.
But if you're not trying to do all that, get the iPhone. Yeah. There we go.
Again, no strike. We just talking about. I'm looking like here. The camera right there. The camera. There we go. I'm looking at the screen. Like, why am I looking down there? All right, listen. No YouTube, no strike. We just talking. We're just having a conversation. All right, man. Look, we getting around at the time. You know what I'm saying? I do got a couple more questions.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't think I was going to ask you. Somebody asked me this too. I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
Is there anybody that you would like to work with that you hadn't worked with yet?
Yeah. There's a lot of people. If I just let me see. I'm gonna go famous people since people know me, right?
Oh, okay.
So of course we're in production, so we love like Tyler Perry.
Okay.
He's an inspiration as far as two people in production. He has the biggest production facility.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In the world, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Oh.
In the entire world, if I'm not mistaken, I think if you take I think if you take what studios is it? Is it Universal?
Mhm.
I think Universal, Warner Brothers, and another one. I could be wrong.
I'm about to say Netflix. Well, again, no strike. But yeah, I think they're building one out there on a big one. His is still bigger than that one.
Yeah, it's still bigger than that. Yeah, they say if you take all of the top, I think it's like 3 or 4 major production facilities where a majority of all movies are shot at.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
If you take all 3 of them and combine them together,
Mm-hmm.
they're still not as big as Tyler Perry Studios. Crazy, right?
What?
Yep. He literally has the biggest production facility in the entire world.
How does he? I guess he wanted to go big. He's gonna make sure nobody.
Yeah.
He gonna make sure nobody top it. That's why I did not know that.
Yep. Yep. I forgot how many acres his production, but it's I know it's like hundreds of acres, like just wide. Yeah. Versus some of the other ones, like they're out there in LA, and stuff like that. There's limited space where they are, you know, and so Tyler Perry's one. Okay. You know, Will Smith is a person that probably makes more sense somebody I want to meet, but you know,
hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. You know, so it's a lot of people as far as one of engineer. But I could go down the whole, but there's probably some names that's more so people behind the scenes that people wouldn't know about. Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm laughing.
Okay.
Y'all can't see this. Just look over there real quick. We're gonna talk about this off camera. There's a reason why. Because you know, they say you should always. I'll just give you a big hint.
Okay.
They say you should always check your family tree. You never know who you might relate to. I'm not saying. I'm not speculating. That's why she looked at me when you said that. Look.
Okay.
Look.
Okay.
You see how she brightened up? Oh, okay. Yeah. She thought I didn't see her.
Yeah.
Man, listen. If I would do this again, we're gonna have to get an audience. You know what I'm saying? Put the camera on her.
Put the camera. Yeah.
You're not hiding behind the camera no more. I'm just playing. But that's cool, man. That is cool. Yeah. So wow. You ever took a tour of a Tyler Perry studio?
No, I don't, and I hate it because I was in Atlanta actually working on a production one year, and I was literally right down the street.
Oh.
Like I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm in Atlanta. Let me GPS Tyler Perry Studios. Mm-hmm. Literally, it said it was 5 minutes up the street. Like I was in a hotel.
Yeah.
I looked out my hotel, and I don't know if I was seeing it, but I think I did see it. Like it was literally so close that I could see it from my hotel view.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the deepest thing you done said all day. Skymount, it ain't deeper than Skymount. You was like, just when I thought I could visit something.
Yeah.
I only saw it.
I could only see it.
I could only see it. I
I
didn't go see it.
Couldn't go see it.
Wow. How'd it make you feel, man? Therapy mode. How'd that make you feel?
I actually felt inspired. It's weird because as much as I didn't get to see it, it was the fact that I was so close. Right. Deep. And it's like, you know, that could go deep into some stuff. You know what? You know what? Matter of fact, I'll say that real quick.
Yeah.
That's how people need to think about everything.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes things are close.
Mm-hmm.
Some people you just can't see it. Right.
That's true. Yeah.
But it's actually closer than you think. Mm-hmm. Because people ask all the time, like, hey, how did you work with Disney and how did you work with Netflix and how did you work with all these whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a thing that was like, oh, hey, next year at this time, this is about to happen. Yeah. It was literally like just every day, right? Mm-hmm. I just wake up and I just do what I do. And then an email came in.
Oh.
And then okay, oh, who's that? Oh, that's Netflix. Oh yeah, that's Netflix. Like that's here's all the you're gonna be working with this producer, you're gonna be working with this director of the show, the writers of the show is here, the animators of the show is here, right? Yeah. And so literally like, hey, we want you to work on this part of this thing right here. Yeah. Cool. Did that. Work again, blindly. Another email pops up. Hey, this is so-and-so from Disney. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a call. A call. Yeah. I was in a session at the time. And then when I checked my voicemail, I was like, hey, this is so-and-so from Disney. Right? Yeah. Boom, call back. Hey, boom. Then the team of different people at Disney started sending different emails. and bam. So a lot of that stuff, and it's crazy because it was so close, right? It happened so close. It was so close because it came to my email, right?
Yeah.
How did they get the email?
Wow.
How did they get that? You know, right?
Word of mouth.
Right. But that's how close something can be, right? And so literally, like right now, me and you could be sitting here, and then literally next year, whatever this thing is that you've been thinking about or dreaming about, you could have been like, dang, I'm doing that. But in my mind, I felt like this probably would have been 5 years down, 10 years down the road. It could be whatever. It could be lifestyle thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Literally, it could be like next year. Now, I'm not saying to say, hey, yeah, by next year, I want this thing to happen. It's just that if you move and you just keep working and just keep focused on the thing and not looking for this thing to happen or not, still putting yourself in position for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it happens like sooner than we think. Yeah. A lot of people just get discouraged too quick. And that's it. Yeah. Well, yeah. So
wow, that's deep, man. It's like that picture. I don't see it as much on Instagram where they had like a digger. You know what I'm talking about? The two diggers, and one of them is like walking away.
Yep.
And he's got a diamond sitting right there, and the other person's still going.
Right there.
Man.
That's exactly
Good. Listen.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, I have another question. I think I might just stop right here, man. Listen. Y'all don't understand. When people say deep stuff, if they say if it's the right kind of deep stuff, it make you not want to say nothing. Just it's like a moment of silence for the word that just came. Pastor Josh. Oh, you hear this? Listen. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got one more. So I think I got one more.
Okay.
It's not like something Pastor said. I won't hold you long.
I won't hold you long. No. It'll be about 2 hours later. Like, we out here.
They be like, hey, wrap it up.
The game about to come on.
Yeah. But my question is, because I said award winning, that was actually your words. But I'm taking them. That's okay. Yeah. Because I'm tight. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can take everything. I take this right here. When you blink, you won't be here. I'm just but no, when you got all the awards, right?
Okay.
Like, let me do it this way. Like, what was going through your head? Was it, how can I put this? When people get awards, different things go through their mind, right? You got some people, which isn't you. I feel like some people, they go the selfish route.
Right.
It's all about them, and I'm not calling nobody. I'm just saying.
Right.
So when you got your award, regardless, different kind of awards, I'm looking at. No, this is a plaque. But anyway, looking at the record. So when you got it, like, what was going through your head? Like when you got it, was it like, wow, I'm just working. I'm not. That's not my goal. I'm just working because God gave me that talent.
Right.
Or were you like, I accomplished something? I knew it was gonna come. I just didn't know when. If that made sense.
Right, yeah, it does. Okay. It does. So what's the way to say this? I'm a person that don't care about awards. I respect acknowledgement though. Okay. Right? Yeah. Like I appreciate anyone who is going to acknowledge me doing something, someone else doing something. Yeah. So I always appreciate acknowledgement, but I actually don't care about the award itself. Like at all.
Humble man.
Right. I actually, for me, if there's like a nomination of something like that, it's more so like, oh wow, like thanks for acknowledging whatever. But my award comes within like the work that I do, as far as like, it's like within my own challenges. Like if I do something, I feel like, hey, 5 or 6 months later, I feel better than where I was before. Okay. Or if it's a financial goal, and I'm like, hey, you know what? By this time, I'm trying to, wherever I'm at now, by this time, I'm trying to get there. Okay. And I get that. That's where my awards come from. Or if I was able to help someone or change their life or motivate or inspire them, I get that. But an actual physical award is weird. I've never felt I've never felt any different. Even after the award, I didn't feel, it's weird. I didn't feel like, yeah, look at this thing, right?
Oh yeah, like some people.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, again, it's appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But that's how I look at awards. It's like, thank you for seeing me in what I do, but the award doesn't make me,
yeah.
right? It doesn't make, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there may be an award. Let's say you got let's say I'm just gonna name an award, right?
Okay.
Let's just say you didn't get an award.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's say that actually. Do you actually believe that you didn't get or you weren't just as good to get that award?
That's a good question.
Right. Let's say you're supposed to get an Oscar and you didn't get that Oscar, or you're supposed to get an Emmy and you didn't get that Emmy. Does that now make you feel like you didn't get an Emmy, or you're not Emmy worthy, or you're not? You get what I'm saying?
Like you didn't work hard enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't put that much power into an award. Be like, oh man, I didn't get it, so I must not be. Like, sometimes there's politics in that. And so for me, like I said, I appreciate it, but that's about it. How I feel about awards,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, if I had an award, I'd give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I actually put the CD up, so I guess that's the award. But
in business, we use awards to generate more business.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say use as a bookshelf, but
we use it for that because people care about awards sometimes. Like one of the shows that I did sound for had got nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah. Okay.
And so certain things like that people care about, certain networks care about. So we'll use that stuff to put out there.
Yeah. But
that's about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you though. Like I said, for me, thank you for acknowledging.
Yeah.
Like no different than you. I'm like, hey man, like if everybody wants to be acknowledged in something, right? So it's like, hey, even if you did a good job at work, sometimes you just want your boss or your supervisor to say, hey, I noticed that you did a great job.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about awards. Thank you for acknowledging that I did good on that thing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's good, man.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say this. Thank you for this interview. We made it. You know what I'm saying? Man. Look, we look at it. It's a little over. It's all good. We started, but anything you want to say to the people? Like any advice? And then after that, you can, I guess, tell them where they can find you at.
Well, yeah. Well, first, thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? Look, thank you. This your studio, sir. Listen, you can be like, no, I'm working with like 50 people right now. Booked up. Right? Is that what I know what booked up means? Don't you do that to me?
You might wait, man. You say you booked. Are you booked or you just
are you booked? Yeah, okay. All right.
But no,
yeah, the cat's out the bag now. You in trouble now. Right. Nah, I'm just kidding. You gotta get a break though.
Yeah, but no, I appreciate you having me be a part of it and stuff like that. And hopefully the people who see it, who's going to continue to see it and stuff like that, hopefully they're able to gain something from it.
Yep.
I don't know, I guess any advice? Really just follow your passion, follow your passion. I think too many people are doing things that they don't want to do, but it's what pays the bills, right? Yeah. And so, what you want to do can never pay the bills if you don't spend just as much time working on it,
Yeah.
So that would be my thing, is like follow your passion. Don't care about awards and things like that. Don't let those things like either push you or slow you down, because if you let it push you, the moment you don't get it and you feel like you should have got it, you're going to feel discouraged.
Yeah.
The moment you think I should have 100,000 subscribers or 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers by this amount of time and you don't get it, all of a sudden you're discouraged.
Yep.
So my thing is follow your passion. Don't look for these quick things to make you feel like I should keep going. Just keep it moving, because you never know, something might be right around the corner.
That's deep. I see how. Hey, he's speaking something. He's like, yeah, I had to bring you back. Yeah, something might be right around the corner.
There we go.
Yeah. Wake up.
That's it. That's it.
What can they find? Because I know you got like two. I know one of them. I seen 2 pages on Instagram.
Yeah.
One of them I think is
the video production.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what it was. Skymount recording. Skymount.
Yeah. So the recording studio is Skymount Recording Studios on Instagram.
Okay.
And then the video production page is Skymount Studios Media on Instagram.
All right.
And then it's the same thing on the website. You can go to skymountstudios.com to go to the recording studio, or you can go to skymountstudiosmedia.com to go to our video production website. And
I think I got it.
You got it?
I think I'm like, I got it.
One of them got media at the end.
Okay, we got it. That's what's up, man. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we out of here. We see y'all next time.